I am NoamA. This is my advanced learning project choice. I have chosen to use Adobe Illustrator and learn how to use the meshes. The meshes are a way to get all these gradient shapes in just one shape. So, for example, you see here there are a lot of points and they're all filled in different colors, and this will get them to have a smooth effect of color even in vector. So, for example, I've made this sphere and I've been able to light it based on how I've learned to draw spheres on paper, except this time it's in vector and not in raster. One good exercise you can do to learn this is tracing other images. So, for example, I decided to trace an image of a blueberry, and I added parts over it. So we start with the base, and you can add other shapes on top to add more detail and have those defined lines. To add them, you can go and in Object there is a setting to create a mesh, and if you want to add more details or parts, for example, you can click on a segment and it will add another line based on where it thinks you will go. From there you can select the point and fill it whatever color you want. For example, from swatches it was recommended that if you go into wireframe mode, you can use a color picker and just color from underneath. And this will get you a more accurate thing. I recommend using swatches to try and limit the number of colors you have, because this will create a more clean look. You can also adjust the location of the points using the handles and also just moving them. So for example, if you look in the reference image, the white goes down a little bit more than I have here. So if I move this point, it will drag the white over, and in fact I can make it last longer as well by dragging the handle, and you see it gets over and makes a slightly sharper edge. Finally, if you have weird shapes, it might not behave as you want it to because it tries to create a rectangle. So if you want to do a weird shape, consider splitting it up into multiple so that it can create the grids more nicely than otherwise.